going to run into Dominus's force. And this is they're getting strung out. You can see some of these ships are not grouped well. Dominus is going to lose some stuff, but so is this team. Now, you can see over here that the Big Mac's Federation is going to end up taking out the rest of Consumat stuff. They're going to successfully defend. Dominus losing a few ships, possibly taking out this Consumat Little Timmy force is something we recommend. And here comes a couple spheres. Now that is going to provide a lot of tankage for this top team. Except here's a small Federation not going to be able to take out these spheres. So now both sides need to regroup. So you can see that Consumat and Little Timmy have decided to move in on Funny Stuff's expansion, and this is going to hurt. Now, you see Big Mac's has got a couple torpedo platforms up there. Still not enough. So these spheres providing a lot of just damage soaking ability. You can see a little bit of Consumat's fleet trying to go it alone, and it's not going to be it's not a smart move. You can see a couple of these ships that would very easily be taken out by themselves. So now we have Little Timmy's fleet working in conjunction with Tyrus's spheres, providing a rather nasty set of nasty fleet that is going to be hard for the bottom team to take out. Now the question is, what does everyone do? See, the Borg have a large set of resources they can deal with. It's a question of what is going to end up going on. So now, Funny Stuff now taking it right back into Consummat's base, driving them back, seeing that he has the advantage, knowing that Consumat needs to retreat. He doesn't have the firepower. However, Funny Stuff is out of position. You can see here that as Tyrus and Little Timmy are moving in, that Funny Stuff is going to be out of position. And here are a couple Tavaros backed up from Red-Eyed Raven are going to really pinch this entire fleet of B5s. And they're going to need to run. They're going to end up losing a couple ships here. I really expect this ship to be shot down, but you can see that he is trying to, and there goes the engines, and that's a ship that is going to be put out of its misery, and that's a shame considering that was ranked up as high as it was. You can see that he's trying to save it, but he's not going to be able to produce the firepower. Funny Stuff really needs to pull back. Funny Stuff is going to end up losing all of his forces here, and that is going to really hurt the bottom team. So he needs to back off, get into the perimeters, get underneath, get back with his teammate. Big Mac providing some additional Federation ships trying to help, but the top team producing a lot of ships and producing them right here in the top of Funny Stuff's base. We can only hope that these warp-ins right here are going to be Big Macs to help drive off this encroaching force. And yes, they are. Big Mac providing a little bit of extra support right there where it's needed. Funny Stuff barely getting his ships out, and surprisingly few losses. So you can see that Dominus making a move up. I would very much expect Dominus to move up here into the Borg's expansion. Nonetheless, he does not seem to be moving in that direction. I think he's going to move over here into this Red-Eyed Ravens, trying to make a expansion way out here, and Dominus is going to end up stopping that. He's got a very large fleet. He needs to move this fleet into doing something. Otherwise, it's just going to be sitting here. So back down in Funny Stuff's base. You can see that there are a couple Tavaras threatening it, trying to take out some perimeters, but this is actually Red-Eyed Raven not doing a good job here. His fleet is out of position. He's not going to be able to take on both Funny and Big Mac. He's going to end up losing some ships if he doesn't watch out. Now, if only someone had a little bit of scan detect, these Tavaras would go down. Very lucky for Red-Eyed Raven that he's able to cloak so quickly. So you can see that Dominus has quickly taken out this minor expansion and is now going to roll up into possibly checking at this quarter position where if I was playing, this is where I'd be, but it's a free position considering one spot is taken up for an observer. So now we can see down here that Big Mac chasing away the stragglers of the top team. So Dominus scouting up here, seeing that there's no one has taken this expansion or this starting point. So Dominus being in a really good position to strike on the Borg, and the Borg providing all of their firepower down here with only 2 spheres. It's very strange. So that we're not seeing a larger Borg force. I wonder if he is trying to save up for perhaps a cube. It's actually a dangerous thing if he's doing that. Oh, and the cube is already out. This is actually going to bite Tyrus really bad. He thinks he is okay by himself, but he is not. Everyone is concentrating down here on Funny Stuff's base, trying to take it out. But they're all leaving Tyrus open. Tyrus providing a lot of firepower on the field with this cube. A lot of tankage again, but everything is out of position, and the top team not being in a good position. Big Mac and Funny Stuff tying up those fleets, not losing anything, not losing any ground, and here Dominus going to be able to take out this Borg base. So the Borg are going to end up being in a bad position. There's another cube. It needs to get built, and it is the structure is bought, but so he's going to lose all 130 connections, and this is really going to hurt. Unless the Federation can, Little Timmy can provide some additional support to this Borg teammate, he is going to end up losing this entire base. So the assimilation matrix is actually going to end up going down. And you can see that both Funny Stuff and Big Mac have engaged on this fleet with Little Timmy a little bit out of position. The bottom team is going to be able to make inroads into this offensive force. Now that the Federation is Little Timmy's Federation force is going to end up crushing this Funny Stuff and Big Mac team. But the damage is going to be done. Dominus taking out Tyrus. Tyrus having this cube run away, needing to get out of there. What is really going to be painful is this structure right here. Well, in addition to the fact that he's going to lose his entire base. So down here we have the bottom team retreating into these dual perimeters, having lost a lot of their fleet. It's actually going to be very painful for the bottom team. Nonetheless, they haven't lost any ground yet. These dual perimeters is going to make this top team push. At least it's going to make it painful. So you can see that Consumat end up spearheading this. It's going to take the most damage from his fleet. And Little Timmy not coordinating very well. He needs to put his ships in front. He's got a lot of range. And if he doesn't get them up there, he's going to end up not providing any firepower. We can see that Dominus